There's something in the world that people go crazy for. It's something that they just couldn't live without, and you always want more of it. That's the sweet taste of sugar. Although that sweet taste that everyone loves can't be devoured by every person. The people that I'm talking about are the people that are diabetics. Some diabetics can't have any sugar, or if they can have some, it's only a very little amount. Imagine what you would do having to watch every little thing you eat. That's what diabetics have to do to survive. I'm going to tell you about the different types of diabetes, how diabetics take care of themselves, and about the future of diabetes, and if there's a cure. The number one thing you need to know about diabetes is that there's two main types of it. The first type is called type 1 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes is also known as juvenile diabetes because the onset of this type usually happens to the younger people, such as children, teenagers, or young adults. Although there have been cases where adults have been diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. This type of diabetes happens when the beta cell in the pancreas stops producing insulin. Insulin is what the body produces to turn food into energy, as a short. The other type of diabetes is type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is generally called adult onset diabetes or non-insulin dependent diabetes. This is the most common type of diabetes. People of any age can develop the minimum forms of type 2 diabetes. Lots of people have type 2 diabetes without even being formally diagnosed with it. With type 2 diabetes, the pancreas loses the ability to create enough insulin for the amount of food you're eating. Some common signs of diabetes are being thirsty, going to the bathroom very often, feeling hungry or tired, weight loss without trying, having wounds that heal very slowly, dry itchy skin, a numb or tingling feeling in your feet, and or having blurry eyesight. Even though you can still have prediabetes or diabetes without having any of the symptoms, a simple blood test to check blood glucose can show for some symptoms of diabetes. This is a picture of the pancreas, of a human pancreas. The red dots are islet cells, which creates the insulin in the human body. And then as it flows through the pancreas into the bile ducts, which is this one and this stream right here. It flows through there and goes into the bloodstream, in which your body tells you how much insulin you do or don't need. And then diabetics have this, and then their beta cells in the pancreas just stop working, or like I said, it just doesn't create enough insulin to support the body's needs. Next, I will tell you about how diabetics take care of their diabetes. There is a range that diabetics need to keep their blood glucose between, which is also known as the normal range. And people that don't have diabetes, the normal range is between 70 and 120. A blood glucose level goes up after eating, but 1 or 2 hours later it should return to its normal levels. Although every diabetic is different, their glucose numbers still need to be close to a person's without diabetes. For a diabetic to manage their juvenile diabetes, they have to do a numerous amount of things. One being giving themselves insulin injections by a syringe. These injections are what keep their blood glucose in the normal range. Since their body doesn't create the insulin, they have to inject it. This is not enough though. They also have to keep track of what they eat, be physically active, and control their blood pressure and cholesterol. With adult onset diabetes, it is a little bit different. Treatment to manage type 2 diabetes consists of taking diabetic medicines such as pills or sometimes injections. They also have to make very wise food choices, and same as type 1 diabetes, being physically active and also controlling their blood pressure and cholesterol. This is a diabetics testing unit to test their glucose levels. In here they have a tester, test strips, and a finger pricker. To do a test, you take the strips, take them out, put them in the tester, and then it comes on, you have to wait, and then you take this, prick your finger, and then put the blood into the tip of the strip. It takes 5 seconds, and then it will tell you your glucose level. There's research facility. I'm going to tell you about the future of diabetes. There's research facilities researching for cures of diabetes, and they have found some. The National Institute of Health and other institutes have progressing and have found some cures to diabetes. These cures consist of whole pancreas transplantations to single islet cell transplantations. The islet cell is the cell that produces insulins for the body. Also, researchers are working on perfecting the artificial pancreas, which will also be transplanted into the body. Genetic manipulation is also a thing that scientists are looking into. This is where they take fat or muscle cells that normally don't make insulin and transplant them with the islet cells, and then it creates insulin, although it's not perfected yet. Each possible cure isn't perfected quite yet, because researchers still have multiple challenges to overcome, like preventing immune rejections, finding adequate number of insulin cells, keeping those cells alive, and many others. The research of diabetes has been booming in the past decade, and the researchers are finding more and more that they need to know about it. It won't be long before diabetics are a thing of the past, and they will be able to live normal lives without injections and having to watch what they eat. And they won't be limited to what they can and can't do with their lives. For them, when that day comes, it will be like a dream come true. As for now, they just need to keep themselves in check with injections and maintaining everything so that they can live the lives that they have for a long time and enjoy sugar in the future, hopefully. Thank you.